Welcome to 10, Tech Entrepreneurs Nebraska. I have to look back every once in a while to remember what this is called, but Tech Entrepreneurs Nebraska. I'm Shauna Dorsey, the Executive Director of the Nebraska Tech Collaborative and also the Interim Executive Director of Intern NE powered by Exarban. I'm here with my special guest and no co-host, but special guest. Would you please introduce yourself?
Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Jordi Becerril-Enriquez. Really humble to be here. Thank you so much, for everything, really.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. So just a quick summary of the format. So it's 10 minutes. We don't edit it. So it's going to be what it is. So if you get a text and you respond, which I will not do that, but I am waiting for someone to let me know if they're at the door. So that's
Okay.
the only thing.
Nice.
But yeah, we'll just record and chat and see
awesome.
where it goes. So can you tell us a little bit about your story? So how you got into tech, and then we'll kind of just go from there.
Yeah.
And just by the way, I know like I'm part of the story, so you can just minimize that part, but just like everything else but
Okay.
that.
Sounds good. Pretty much as a kid, I really enjoyed and loved tech from video games. I used to scrap metal with my dad.
Okay.
And I would take apart like video game consoles and I would fix them. And ever since that, I was like, okay, wait, I can take apart this complicated technology and then make it work. I was just fascinated with technology at such a young age. And then when I was like 16, I started writing like my first programs like in C++, C#, really just because one of my friends did it and I was like, let me compete. I saw it as a challenge. Can I do this? I ran it. I got like 300 errors.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyways, so I did that. And then when I was in high school is when, I was introduced to you and really, instead of going the traditional route of, the standard route of university college, I decided to go to the AIM Interface Code School, which literally changed my life. It was so awesome. So just shout out to you and the whole team behind, because it was really great. A powerful time in my journey. And really where I started was the web foundation. So I got my start in tech, my tech career in the web. And so this was late 2000s, 2016. It's a different kind of web. Today I know it seems like it's not, but it's almost like 6-7 years. It's a different kind of web. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I joined a startup. We were building software. That was super fun, small team, focused on the mission, super interesting, learning as much as I could. And, I thought I knew everything, but I'm really happy and grateful that I corrected it and, just really grounded myself and stayed humble and went back to took another course, this time in Java specialization. I don't do much Java anymore, but anyways, I met a really great master, like really mastering his craft. It was super interesting at that time, and made my way into a Fortune 500 company. So just seeing those two different things is super interesting. The dynamics, how those companies are run.
Yeah.
And I know I'm speeding through this.
No, this is good. I'll have many questions, so this is perfect. Please go on.
Okay, cool. and just to wrap it up, what I'm up to today, I'm a co-founder at a startup. Our startup is called Engage Vision. We measure how people move in spaces. So yeah, that's kind of sums it up.
Okay. So we're going to dig into each of these. We have quite a bit of time. 6 minutes to us is like an eternity. So let's start with the piece where you went from startup to corporate. Can you talk about what that transition was of that type of experience, just working with that in those two different types of environments?
Yeah, that could be its own separate video. It's just so different. It's just different experiences. I don't think that it's good or bad. I just think like there's stages in my journey.
Mm-hmm.
But the transition was kind of easy because I've always like kind of identified with like I know it sounds kind of weird, but like a little bit older people than me,
Mm-hmm.
and like I get along with them really well. And I was really young there, and it's just a different demographic, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's cool. And then one thing that you mentioned that I thought was so awesome, and one of the reasons why I think that people like you end up doing well in life is that you have a lot of self-awareness, right? So one of the things you said was, I realized I needed to be more humble. Okay. And can you talk about what made you realize that?
Yeah, a lot was going in my life. Just when things didn't go my way, and like just taking a step back and saying, okay, what can I do to like, be more humble in every aspect of my life of being more respectful, being kinder. I used to be really mean as a kid, and I'm really happy I corrected, and just being really nice and being really positive, and having that outlook in life has really changed my life, and being respectful, being nice. That's
okay. So was there something specific that, not to get too much in the weeds here, but is there a time or a high level experience that you can share where you were like, oh, okay, this is an opportunity for self-correction?
A lot. I mean, just dealing with relationships is probably the number one that comes to mind. I don't like to burn my bridges at all, so I rarely have done that, but trying to keep my relationships and when they didn't go the way I wanted them to go was really hard for me. Like, do I let go? Do I keep going? Like, try to fix it? Like, what do I do in that situation? Professional relationships, and even personal relationships. Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of growth, and you're still pretty young. So that's impressive.
Thanks.
So I'm going to call an audible here and we'll just keep going. But Richard, how much time do we have left? I can hear you. 3? Cool. Okay. I got it. Well, I'll just do it manually. How about that?
Okay, cool.
We got this.
I love
Everything's cool. Okay. So let's talk about your current startup, Engage Vision. Is that right?
Yes.
Did I get it? Okay. Yeah. Sometimes, I don't know, I get really cocky with names and I'm like, I need to just chill out. So anyway, I'm glad I got it right. But talk to us about what your organization is and how the greater Omaha community and Nebraska as a whole can help.
Yeah. Our startup is called Engage Vision. Our tagline is, we measure how people move in spaces. Right now we're super early. It's just my co-founder and I, small team. We're just trying to build this thing and kind of just enjoy the process of building it. We're super early, like I mentioned, but our main focus right now is, making AI technology accessible. That's one of our missions. The way we do this is for retail spaces, event spaces that want to track and measure, how many people attend their events. That's one example. Our main products right now are foot traffic, heat maps, and then our spatial analytics platform.
Okay. And so what led you to start this? So, going from corporate to starting your own thing. So startup to corporate to startup, and not you're a startup engineer. That's a different ball game from being a startup founder or co-founder. So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I've always loved startups and what they can build. I think that small teams of people really work well in my experience, and I really love that. I really like technology, and I've always been interested in selling and marketing and brand, that type of thing. And then I've always just at my when I was at my corporate job, I couldn't stop thinking about things that I wanted to build and create. I could not turn it off. So I was like, okay, let me start this. But I will say, everyone does tell you, and I've heard from everyone, starting a startup or your own company is super hard. And I didn't realize it until I did it myself, how hard it was.
Right. But, would you say this too? So one thing that I found when I was working in the small business space is I was it is super hard. It's no joke. It's not for the faint of heart. That is no joke, but it is worth everything, because it's those little wins and those moments when you have a customer that's satisfied with your thing and they're like, okay, I get it. And I buy into what you're doing. That is everything, right?
Yes.
I'm saying it, but hopefully you agree.
Yes.
So it makes those many hard moments worth it as you're working to grow something. Cool. Anything final you want to leave with people?
Really just wanted to say thank you for everything. I know you don't like it, but I just have to kind of remind you. Thank you.
Thank you. And honestly, like I was saying before, your experience is one of the reasons why I kept going, because there were many moments, and any startup founder can tell you yep, I'm good. I'll just go back and do something else. Okay. But thank you for just being you and inspiring me to continue to move forward. So I appreciate you.
I'm grateful for you.
Yeah.